Well, it would seem as if the Democratic Party is still struggling in the post-election landscape, to say the least. It seems like every other day we hear a story about someone leaving the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is imploding. The Democratic Party doesn't even know what they stand for anymore. And you know what? All of that is true. You see, right now the Democratic Party is facing an absolutely colossal identity crisis, and even some of the most stalwart Democrats, traditionally speaking, are looking to jump ship. Now, one such person is Kasparian of the Young Turks, who for the last several months has been slowly letting loose her frustrations of the Democratic Party establishment. And by the way, it seems like she has a lot of frustrations. Now, just the other day, Ms. Kasparian went live to talk about why she got red-pilled. In this case, red-pilled meaning the understanding that progressivism just doesn't work and that the Democratic Party is being led by a bunch of idiots. Take a look at this.
I've never read a quote that resonated with me more than this one does, so I'm gonna read it, okay? So, you don't get red-pilled overnight. It's the issues that affect your everyday life first, and then you connect them with people, and then you connect it with a party. That is so true, and that is what I was trying to get across to people. When you're affected day to day by quality of life issues, and all you hear from the Democratic Party is shut up, no, it's not happening, and if it's happening, it's not that big of a deal. Man, that really does red pill people. It builds resentment toward the party. And I really think that Democrats need to pivot away from that, because they're gonna keep losing if they think that that type of treatment of voters, that type of disrespect toward voters is gonna get them anywhere.
And so everything she just said is 100% true. All that matters is the daily lives of voters. If your progressive policies have made my life more difficult, I don't really want anything to do with them. It really is that simple. But it's like she said, not only have the progressive policies failed, they have made everyone's lives worse. But then if you complain about it, they just call you a racist or a fascist or a Nazi or something. But it actually goes even further beyond that. They're so completely out of touch with normal people, in fact, that as people are struggling to pay food or to buy a house or to feel safe in their own community, they're told that those things don't matter. What really matters is sending more money to foreign countries and making sure that every public school in the country has gender-neutral bathrooms or something equally as incompetent. And so when Ms. Kasparian goes live and says that it's this sort of disrespect towards the voters that ultimately lost the Democrats the election, she is 100% right. You see, when enough people get red-pilled, we see a red wave. As you all know, not only did Trump win the electoral vote by an 86-point margin, he also won the popular vote, the first Republican to do so in 20 years, mind you. But to top all of that off, every single state in the country saw a rightward shift. Every single one of them. And now, while Trump can take a lot of credit for that, no doubt, we also need to give some credit to Kamala Harris for being what was perhaps the worst presidential candidate of all time. She represented everything wrong with the Democratic Party that Ms. Kasparian here is talking about. Wastefulness, incompetence, complete detachment from reality, you name it, she represented it. And so the real truth is, if the Democrats can't seem to get their act together, and it sure doesn't seem like that's going to happen anytime soon to me, they're never going to win another presidential election again, unless they can get rid of the Joe Bidens and the Kamala Harrises and the Nancy Pelosi's. You know what? I was going to keep giving examples of terrible Democratic politicians, but I just realized that the list would pretty much never end. And so my point is this, Kasparian's assessment of the Democratic Party is 100% true. They just keep inadvertently red-pilling people as a consequence of their own complete and total incompetence, and unless something drastic changes on the blue side of the aisle, this country is just going to keep getting redder. But hey, on this one, I want to know what you guys have to say, so please go down below and drop a comment. Please like the video if you liked it. Please subscribe. It's huge and it helps a lot. Every day I'm fighting the algorithm with these sort of videos, so I really need as much help as I can get. Thank you all very much for watching, and as always, stay safe.